as well general register organization. So I hope the stack organization question you can solve right now. ठीक. So this occur. This we have studied. So addressing modes are there. We have already studied about the addressing modes. So whenever we talk about the addressing modes, so it is the way by which you can identify the address of a memory location. So some of the techniques to identify the memory location is there, and that is known to be as the addressing modes. So whenever I was in the lecture, just seeing your lecture of C language, you were studying a topic that were known as the call by reference. So whenever you were studying the call by reference, so the program having the %a. %a means we want to refer the address of a variable, and the variable has been located here with the memory A. So some of the technique is there to identify the address. So we are discussing here in the computer organization that what are the techniques are there by which we can identify the memory inside the random access memory. Since every time whenever you perform the computation of all the thing is always going to be performed through the random access memory. So random access memory is the little faster memory than that of the hard disk drive, and random access memory is the 10 to the power 9 times faster than that of the hard disk drive. So we can say the hard disk drive is very slower, or you can say hard disk random access memory is faster in the nanoseconds. So we are saying that whenever we want to perform any of the calculation within the system, then definitely we have a requirement of the memory. This memory may be present in the form of the register. Also, this memory can be present in the form of the variables. So whenever we talk about the programming languages, in the programming languages, the registers are there, and registers are also known as the variable. As well, the general memory locations are there, means to say simple variable is there. So the register variable is there as well as the general variable is there. The general variable may be the local variable, or you can say maybe the global variable. In the same style, the register is always the local variable whenever we see the storage scope of the storage classes of the programming languages. So we are saying here, okay, whenever you want to calculate the address inside the RAM of a register or of any of the memory, then some of the techniques you always uses, and these calculation of the addressing modes, these calculation of the addresses in the memory is basically depends on the whatever the addressing modes you are using. So whenever the addressing modes are there, so it specifies a rule for interpreting or modifying the address field of the instruction before the operand is actually referenced. So we are saying, so these are basically what? These are basically the rules for interpreting or modifying the address field of the instruction. Second, variety of addressing modes. So whenever we talk about the variety of the addressing modes, it is to give programming flexibility to the user. So addressing modes variety has been given, and only the concept is there that we want the programming flexibility. So you whatever the topic you are studying in the computer organization, that is of addressing modes, basically on behalf of the addressing mode topic of the computer organization, the programming languages development occur, and they taken the concept from the computer organization. So variety of addressing modes are there, and it basically gives the programming flexibility to the user. So we are saying the multiple addressing modes are available, and basically it provides the programming flexibility to the user. Another thing, to use the bits in the address field of the instruction efficiently. So basically, whatever the address field is there, we can judge that how we can use the bits in the address field itself. So generally, we are saying some of the addressing modes are there, such as implied mode is there. So whenever we talk about the implied mode, the definition of the implied mode is here. So address of the operands. So the two things is there, and suppose whenever we write this is the a plus b, this thing is basically known as the operand. We said this is the operand. So this and this is also the operand. These are the operand, and whenever we talk about this is the operator is there. So this is basically known as the operator. So we are saying here address of the operands are specified implicitly in the definition of the instruction. So what the instruction is there? So the instruction is there. This is the x and the value a plus b. So whenever we talk about the implied mode, then in that situations we are saying the address of the operands are specified implicitly in the definition of the instruction. So whenever we write any of the instruction format, the instruction will basically depends on to the whatever the input we have taken and what the output is there, and finally what the operator we want to apply onto the operand. So we are saying that whenever we design any of the instruction format, the basically the operand address is identified within the instruction itself, and whenever we talk about such type of situations, then such type of mode of addressing is basically known as the implied mode. So we are saying no need to specify addresses in the instruction. So we are saying that effective address of any of the memory, EA is basically known as the effective address. So effective address of any of the memory, if we talk here about effective address, then effective address means that is the address of the accumulator. Since we know very well that whenever we talk about the single register organization, then accumulator is the register which basically contains the generally operand. So effective address is either equivalent to the accumulator, or we are saying that whenever we are using the stack organization, then top of the stack is basically refers to the effective address. So accumulator address, accumulator value is basically known as the effective address, or stack pointer, the stack pointer value is basically known as the effective address. So the example from basic computer, that is CLA, CME, INP, etc. Basically, we can say that multiple registers may be there, that is clear A, that is CME, INP, etc. So this may be anything, that is perception to perception. Immediate mode, whenever we talk about the immediate mode, we are saying the instead of specifying the address of the operand itself is specified. So the definition of the immediate mode is different than that of the implied mode. So whenever we talk about the immediate mode, we are saying instead of specifying the address of the operand, we generally said operand itself is specified. So we are saying कि operand itself अपने आप में एक एड्रेस को रखता है, and operand खुद बताता है कि उसका एड्रेस क्या है. So no need to specify addresses in the instruction. So there is no requirement that whenever we are writing the instruction format, that is the collection of input, output, and operator, there is no requirement to write the address of the instruction within the instruction. Yeah, address of the operand within the instruction. However, operand itself needs to be specified. Sometimes require more bits than the address. And it is the fast to acquire an operand, and as per the definition, it is the fastest way by which the operand acquire the address. Third is the register mode is there. So as per the register mode, the definition is there that address specified in the instruction is the register address, and it is basically designated operand need to be in a register. So shorter address than the memory address. So the address, whatever presented here of the any of the operand is shorter than that of the memory address. It's saving addresses field in the instruction. So we are saying okay, within the instruction the address field is going to be saved. Faster to acquire an operand than the memory addressing, and its speed is a little faster since registers are faster memory than that of the than that of the variable. So whenever if we see this particular point of view, so you generally write a C program. So whenever you write this is the void main, and we are saying this is the register, you know very well. This is the int x is there, x assign the value suppose 3 is there, and suppose this is the int y is there, y assign the value suppose 5 is there, and whenever we are writing here this is the printf percent d and the percent d, this is the x comma y is there. So what is the purpose? What is the purpose to take this variable? So we are saying here the registers are the fastest memory than that of the normal memory. So we are simply saying here, whenever we talk about the register mode, it is faster to acquire an operand than the memory addressing. So this is basically, this is the memory addressing. We are saying this is the memory addressing, but whenever we are saying this is basically this is the register mode addressing, this is the register is here. Next is register indirect, and whenever we talk about the register mode, the effective address equals to instruction register value. So instruction register, that is the register field of the instruction register. So that is basically known as the register mode. Next is register indirect mode. So whenever we talk about the register indirect mode, the instruction specifies a register which contains the memory address of the operand. So saving instructions bits since register address is shorter than the memory address. Next, slower to acquire an operand than both the register addressing or memory addressing. So we are writing there that effective address in the register indirect mode is always equivalent to the instruction register field, and then content of X is there. Next is auto increment or auto decrement mode. So we are saying the PC register is their program counter that generally contains the address of the next register, and address of the next register is always can be calculated by the address of the register plus 1 is there. So we shifted to the next cell is there, or either -1 is there, so we shifted to the previous cell is there. So auto increment or auto decrement mode is there, and when the address in the register is used to access memory, the value in the register is either incremented or decremented via 1 automatically, then such type of addressing mode is basically known as the auto increment or auto decrement mode. Next is direct address mode. So whenever we study about the direct address mode, the instruction specifies the memory address which can be used directly to access the memory. So we are saying here it is faster than the other memory addressing modes. In this, too many bits are needed to specify the address for a large physical memory space. So direct addressing modes, in the direct addressing modes, we are saying that too many bits are needed to specify the address for a large physical memory space. So whenever we talk here that effective address equals to instruction register address. So IR address equals to the address field of the instruction register. So such definition is for direct addressing mode. And next is the indirect addressing mode. The address field of an instruction specifies the address of a memory location that contains the address of the operand. So when the abbreviated address is used, large physical memory can be addressed with the relative small number of bits. It is slow to acquire an operand because of an additional memory accesses. So the effective address is equivalent to the addresses present onto the instruction register and the memory present onto the instruction register address. So effective address equals to the instruction register address memory. So that is basically the indirect addressing mode. So whenever we talk about the this is the indirect addressing mode, this is the direct addressing mode. Suppose we take the example, we write here in the C, this is the void main, and simply we write this is the int x assign the value 3, and this is the printf, and simply we want to print here this is the x is there, x is there. Then we see this is the direct addressing mode. This is the direct address we have used, direct address used here. And whenever we write the program, such as this is the void main, inside the void main, we are writing here, this is the int x is there, this is the 3 is there, int x, this is 3 is there. Again, this is the int ampersand p, and this is the p assign the value ampersand x. And simply we write here, this is the printf percentile d, and simply this is the star p is there. And whenever we print here, this is the 3 output we got here, this is the 3. Again, output we got here, this is the 3. So this is the indirect address we have used at this place.
सर
Yes.
जो जैसे डायरेक्ट एड्रेसिंग मोड है, तो सपोज में कोई रजिस्टर है, तो उसका जो एड्रेस का ब्लॉक होता है उसमें वो डायरेक्ट एड्रेस उसका दे देगा जो भी मेमोरी होगी.
हाँ ठीक है, हमारा जो रजिस्टर है वो भी डायरेक्ट एड्रेसिंग हो सकता है उसका भी. हम लिख दें यहाँ पर दिस इज द रजिस्टर इन टेक्स्ट इक्वल्स टू 3, तो हम यूज तो डायरेक्ट एड्रेस ही कर रहे हैं उसका.
तो सर इनडायरेक्ट में किस तरह वो वर्क करेगा?
तो अब इनडायरेक्ट एड्रेसिंग मोड्स की हम बात क्या कर रहे हैं. इनडायरेक्ट एड्रेसिंग मोड्स आप ऐसे समझ सकते हैं. क्या नाम है बेटा आपका?
दिव्यांश.
दिव्यांश. सपोज मैं दिव्यांश का एड्रेस सर्च करना चाहता हूँ कि दिव्यांश कहाँ रहता है. मैं सौरभ के पास जाता हूँ, मैं सौरभ से कहता हूँ, या कोई व्यक्ति मुझसे आके कहता है कि भाई दिव्यांश का एड्रेस मुझे डायरेक्टली नहीं पता, लेकिन अगर हम सौरभ का एड्रेस आइडेंटिफाई कर लें तो दिव्यांश का एड्रेस हमें मिल जाएगा. तो अब हमें दिव्यांश का एड्रेस डायरेक्टली नहीं पता, लेकिन सौरभ का आइडेंटिफाई कर लें तो दिव्यांश का मिल जाएगा. तो बेटर क्या है कि हम सौरभ का आइडेंटिफाई कर लें तो दिव्यांश का मिल ही जाएगा. तो दिव्यांश तक पहुंचने का हमारे पास तरीका क्या हो गया? एक इनडायरेक्ट तरीका हो गया. एंड इन दैट सिचुएशंस दो एड्रेसिंग जो मोड एप्लीकेबल हुआ, दैट इज द इनडायरेक्ट एड्रेसिंग मोड्स.
तो सर इनडायरेक्ट एड्रेसिंग मोड में अगर किसी एक्सेस करना है कोई मेमोरी, तो सर दो रजिस्टर्स यूज होंगे?
हम रजिस्टर्स की बात ही नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम कह रहे हैं दोनों मेमोरी यूज होंगी. ठीक है ना. तो अब क्या है कि अगर हम रजिस्टर यूज कर रहे हैं तो दो रजिस्टर यूज होंगे, अगर दो मेमोरी यूज कर रहे हैं तो दो मेमोरी यूज होंगे.
ओके सर.
तो जनरली एक कॉन्सेप्ट और होता है जब हम प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस की बात करते हैं. द रजिस्टर्स आर द मेमोरी इन जनरल ऑफ 2 बाइट मेमोरी. whenever we take size more than 2 byte, then in that situations we generally never use the register variable, we directly use the variable at that time. But internally within the system, all the calculations always occur through the register, since all the calculations are always going within the register. Is it okay? Next.
Yes, sir.
Next is relative addressing mode. So whenever we talk about the relative addressing modes, the address field of an instruction specifies the part of the address, and that is basically known as the abbreviated address, which can be used along with a designated register to calculate the address of the operand. So the address field of the instruction is short. So whenever we said about the relative addressing mode, we are saying the address field of the instruction is short, and it is basically used in the large physical memory, or we can say the large physical memory can be accessed with a small number of addressing bits. So whenever we want to calculate it, it can be calculated via using the effective address equals to that FIR address, comma R, where R is sometimes implied mode. So we are saying here the effective address equals to function implemented onto the address field of the instruction register. So that is basically known as the relative addressing modes. So again, the relative addressing modes further categorized in the three different way. The three different relative addressing modes, that is depending on R, equals to number first the PC relative addressing modes, that is R equals to PC, that is R equals to PC. So effective address, so effective address, so effective address in PC relative addressing modes is equivalent to the program counter value, that is the PC, plus instruction register address. Second, indexed addressing modes. So whenever we talk about the indexed addressing mode, that is R equals to index register value, that is the IX, where index register IX equals to index register. So effective address, whenever we talk about the indexed addressing mode, the effective address equals to the indexed register plus the instruction register address. And third, whenever we talk about the base register addressing mode, then R equals to base address register, where base address register equals to the effective address equals to base address register plus the instruction register is there, and that is the base register addressing mode. So we are saying here, whenever we talk about the relative addressing mode, the relative addressing modes further can be categorized in the three different mode. One is the PC relative addressing mode, second is the indexed addressing mode, and third is the base register addressing mode is there. So these are the some of the addressing modes identified by the computer organization. So some of the numerical has been defined at here, that PC equals to 200, PC 200, since we want to say that program counter register contains the value 200, that is basically the address of the next instruction of the whatever the variable coming in the program. So PC is the address of the next instruction, R1 is the R1, that is the register value, that is the 400, the XR equals to 100, and accumulator register is also presented here. So some of the memory has been given, that is temporary has been defined, that is 200, 201, 202 up to and so on 800. This is the memory has been given, or you can say a random access memory. This has been given here, and inside the random access memory, inside the random access memory, the small portion of the memory has been, a small portion of the block has been given at here. So simple, we are saying okay, what is the suppose address, the initial address of any of the whatever the value we want to take, the initial value is the address equals to 500. So we are saying the effective address in case of the direct address equals to accumulator content, and the accumulator content is equals to the actual address of that particular address, that is basically known as the 500. Again, the immediate operand is there. The immediate operand to the direct address is always equivalent to 500. So we are simply writing here, that is the 500 is there. Next is the indirect address, the effective address equals to 800. So accumulator contains the 500 address, and whatever the content present at the 500, and that is 300 is there. So we have to use the formula here. So relative address is there, that is 702, and accumulator register value is always equivalent to PC plus 500. So PC plus 500, so this is the content present at the 702, that is the 325 is there. Index address is basically identified as the 600, so the value of accumulator can be calculated by the RX plus 500, that is equivalent to the 900 is there. Register value is there, that is equivalent to R1, so that is the 400 itself. The register indirect value is 400, and that is the functions or address present at the R1 that is equivalent to 700, and auto increment that is 400, and auto incremented shifted the value to for the next variable, so this is the 700, and auto decrement that is 399, the value is equivalent to 450 is there. So this is the one of the way by which applying the formula you can calculate the addresses. Next, data transfer instructions. So typical data transfer instructions are basically whenever we said load equals to the mnemonics has been given for the load, that is LD. LD is the mnemonics for calculating the load is there. Whenever we want to write the store in the assembly language, the store can be represented in the mnemonics form and it can be represented as the ST. Whenever we talk about the move can be represented via the mnemonic that is MOV and in the assembly. Again, in the assembly language, the mnemonics for exchange is there that is basically known as the XCH. गौरव लेक्चर दे रहा हूँ, थोड़ी देर में कॉल करता हूँ. And the mnemonics in the assembly for the input is basically known as the IN, and the mnemonics in the assembly for the output is basically known as the OUT, that is the out, and the mnemonics for push operation is in the assembly is basically known as the push, and the mnemonics for pop operation in the assembly is basically known as the pop is there. So this is the basically the symbolic representation. This is the basically the symbolic representation in the assembly language. So whenever we want to write the programming in the assembly, this is the symbolic representation for the assembly is there. So addition के लिए add हो सकता है, subtraction के लिए sub हो सकता है, multiplication के लिए MUL मल हो सकता है, division के लिए div हो सकता है, like that. So multiple mnemonics are present for the different operations in the assembly. So again, the data transfer instructions with different addressing modes can be read here as the direct address, that is the load, that is the ADR, that is the address register value. So accumulator assign the value, memory present at the ADR register. So whenever we talk about the indirect address, the load LD load at the rate of address register value, and that can be calculated using the accumulator register equals to address present at the memory, and again the content present at the address at memory location of ADR. The relative address equals to that is the $ADR, and it is going to be represented as the accumulator value equals to the content present at the program counter plus ADR, and immediate operand equals to that can be load number NBR, and that is always the value equivalent to the NBR is there. The index addressing mode, that is load ADR X is there, that it means the accumulator is stored the content present at the XR plus ADR memory. The register mode basically represent that LD and load R1 is there, it means accumulator stored the value of R1 itself. The register indirect mode, that is load, that is R1. So the function associated with the R1 means to say memory, content present at the memory at the R1 basically represent the register indirect mode, and the auto increment can be written as here load R1 plus, that it means accumulator contains the content present at the memory location R1, or it means R1 assign the value R1 plus 1, and auto decrement mode, then LD minus R1 is there, that R1 assign the value R1 minus 1, that is accumulator contains the content present at the memory location R1. So this is the assembly representation of any of the instruction whatever we are providing to the programming languages. So such as whenever we write the program in C, internally inside the computer, it automatically get converted into the assembly language is there, and the mnemonics of the assembly language can be taken from here. So three.
सर
Yes.
सर इसकी पीपीटी शेयर कर दीजिएगा पूरी, थर्ड यूनिट की?
ये मैं पहले एक बार शेयर कर चुका हूँ, लेकिन मैं दोबारा शेयर कर दूंगा इसको, ठीक है ना?
यस सर।
आप पुराना देखेंगे तो पुराने में मिल जाएगा, ठीक है ना?
ओके ओके सर, पूरी थर्ड यूनिट की?
ये पूरा थर्ड यूनिट नहीं है, इसमें थर्ड यूनिट है और इसमें कुछ कंटेंट फर्स्ट यूनिट का मिक्स है।
ओके सर।
हेलो,
ओके सर, तो अगर और बाकी का भी सर थर्ड यूनिट का होगा तो सर भेज दीजिएगा, तो सर थोड़ा सा हम लोग के
इसमें जो
लिए।
कंटेंट है ना, जो मेरे पास जितनी भी स्लाइड्स हैं उसमें कंप्लीट कंटेंट है। तो कंप्लीट कंटेंट है, 5 स्लाइड्स हैं, पांचों में कंप्लीट कंटेंट है। तो वो क्या है, फर्स्ट यूनिट से 5 यूनिट तक पूरा कंटेंट मिल जाता है उसमें।
ओके सर, तो सर एक बार में पूरा अपलोड कर दीजिएगा, जिससे हम लोग सर थोड़ा सा हेल्प हो जाती है सर
वो हम कर
पढ़ने
देंगे,
को।
उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ठीक है ना? So
थैंक
three
यू सर।
basic types, the data manipulation instructions, the 3 basic types are there. That is the arithmetic instructions are there, that is the logical and bit manipulation instructions are there, and the shift instructions are there. So basically we are saying that whenever we want to manipulate the data, whenever we want to manipulate the data manipulation instructions, whenever we want to write, we talk about the arithmetic instructions, we talk about the logical and bit manipulation instructions, we talk about the shift instructions. So whenever we talk about the arithmetic instructions, whenever we talk about the mnemonics in the assembly, we are saying that whenever we talk about the assembly language, whenever we talk about the assembly language, the mnemonics for increment is INC, mnemonics for decrement is DEC, mnemonics for addition equals to add, mnemonics for subtraction equals to sub, mnemonics for multiply equals to mul, mnemonics for divide equals to div, add with carry, the mnemonics is add C, subtract with borrow, the mnemonics is sub B, and negate 2's complement, the mnemonics for 2's complement is, that is the negate is there, that is neg is there. Again, whenever we talk about the logical and bit manipulation instructions in the assembly language, the clear is going to be represented by the mnemonic CLR, the complement is going to be represented by the mnemonic COM, the AND is going to be represented by the AND, OR is represented by the OR, exclusive OR represented by the XOR. The clear carry is going to be represented by the mnemonics, that is the clear carry, that is CLRC, and the set carry is going to be represented by the set C, and complement carry is going to be represented by the COMC. The enable interrupt is going to be represented by the EI, the disable interrupt is going to be represented by the DI, etc. Whenever we talk about the shift instructions, the logical shift right is going to be represented by the SHR, the logical shift left is going to be represented by the SHL, the arithmetic shift right is going to be SHRA, and the arithmetic shift left is going to be represented by the SHLA. The rotate right is going to be represented by the ROR, the rotate left is going to be represented by the ROL, the rotate right through carry is represented by the RORC, and the rotate left through carry is equivalent to represented by the ROLC. So we are saying here that whenever we want to perform the assembly, the lot of mnemonics has been present in the market, and this is the mnemonics that is basically given by the Maurice Mano as well, as per the paper published in the patent. So whenever we talk about the PC means that is program counter, and it generally stores the address of the next instruction. So we are saying here inline sequencing, next instruction is fetched from the next adjacent location in the memory. So the next instruction address is always present with the PC. So next instruction address is always present with the PC is there. Addresses from other sources, that is current instruction, stack, etc., branch, conditional branch, subroutine, etc. This can fetch up the instruction from anywhere, and in general it always contains the address of the next field so that the calculation will become easy. So program control instructions, the branch instruction always going to be represented in the assembly via the BR. The jump instruction such as branch, you can say this is the if, this is the if else, this is the ladder if else, this is the switch case, that is the branch instruction. The jump instruction, that is jump instruction such as this is the go to is the jump instructions, can be represented by the JMP. The skip instructions can be represented by the SKP. The call instructions can be represented the call. Return is going to be written by the return. The compare is going to be represented by the CMP, and the test is going to be represented by the TST. So we are saying that these are the some of the mnemonics whenever we want to represent the control signal is there. So control instructions, generally the two type of instructions are there. So whenever we talk about the control instructions of the programming, you know the control instructions are there, control statements are there. So control statement either this is the branching, या तो ये branching है या फिर ये looping है. So looping की बात करते हैं तो you see this is the for, this is the while, this is the do while. So this is the looping structure. जब हम branching की बात करते हैं तो यहाँ पर या तो ये सिलेक्शन है या तो ये सिलेक्शन है, सिलेक्शन मतलब कंडीशनल ब्रांचिंग है, या तो ये कंडीशनल ब्रांचिंग है या अनकंडीशनल ब्रांचिंग है. तो कंडीशनल ब्रांचिंग है तो इफ है, इफ एल्स है, लैडर इफ एल्स है. अनकंडीशनल ब्रांचिंग है तो ब्रेक है, कंटिन्यू है, गो टू है, रिटर्न है. अगर लूपिंग है तो फॉर है, व्हाइल है, डू व्हाइल है. लाइक दैट this is basically the control instructions are there. So that is also going to be represented within the system via using in the assembly, via the using some of the mnemonics, and that mnemonics the branch is going to be represented by the BR, jump is represented by the JMP, escape is represented by the SKP, call by call, return by return, compare by CMP, test by TST. So CMP and TST instructions do not retain their results of the operations, and respectively they only set or clear certain flags. Next, further the mnemonics, the further mnemonics are there. The BZ is the mnemonics branch if 0, the BNZ is the mnemonics branch if not 0, the BC is the mnemonics when branch if carry, the BNC is mnemonics when branch if no carry, the BP is the mnemonics branch if plus, the BM is mnemonics branch if minus, the BV is the mnemonics the branch if overflow, the BNV is represented branch if no overflow. Again, unsigned compare conditions are there. So BHI is there that represent branch if higher, branch is if higher, that is A is greater than B. The BHE means branch if higher or equal, so A is greater than equals to B. The BLO, that is branch if lower, then A is less than B. The BLOE, the branch if lower or equal, the A is less than equals to B. The BE, the branch if equal, that is A equals to B. The BNE, the branch if not equal, so A is not equals to B. Signed compare conditions, that is A minus B. The BGT, that is branch if greater than, that is A is greater than B. The BGE, the branch if greater or equal, that is A is greater than equals to B. The BLT, the branch if less than, that is A is less than B. The BLE, the branch if less than or equal, A is less than equals to B. The BE, the branch if equal, that is A equals to B. The BNE, the branch if not equal, that is A is not equals to B. So again, further mnemonics are there. So we are seeing whenever we want to do the assembly language programming, whenever we want to perform the assembly language programming, lot of mnemonics are present. And assembly language programming can be done. So whenever we talk about the assembly language programming, it can be done by using the stack organization, yani zero address instruction, by using the accumulator organization, that is the one address instruction, and the general register organization, that is basically the two address instruction, or the three address instruction. The three address instruction is there. So we are saying that whenever we want to perform the assembly language programming, we have to know what the mnemonics are present in the particular assembly language. इतना क्लियर हुआ? Is it okay?
हेलो सर.
Yes,
सर.
बताइए. Yes.
सर वो इम्प्लाइड मोड और इमीडिएट मोड एक बार रिपीट कर दीजिए सर.
Implied mode is there. So implied mode you can study the directly. We are saying the accumulator content is basically known as the effective address. This is the implied mode. And the immediate mode, whatever the register value is there, that is directly the address. So we are saying here कि one thing is there, this is the A, we want to identify the address of this A. या तो ये इंस्ट्रक्शन अपने एड्रेस को बताएगा या इंस्ट्रक्शन इसके एड्रेस को आइडेंटिफाई करेगा। तो पहला केस जो इम्प्लाइड मोड दिखाई देता है उसमें हम ये कह रहे हैं कि जब एक इंस्ट्रक्शंस को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं तो उसमें एक तो इनपुट होता है, इनपुट दैट इज द सिलेक्शन लाइन ए, एक सिलेक्शन लाइन ए है SEL A, दिस इज SEL B है और SEL X है, उसके बाद यहाँ ऑपरेटर है। या तो ये इंस्ट्रक्शंस इस तरह से रिप्रेजेंटेड है या फिर सिंपल हमने कहा कि दिस इज A है, दिस इज B है, दिस इज X है। So implied mode is there. The address of the operands are specified implicitly in the definition of the instruction. So whenever we will define any of the instruction, the address automatically present with the accumulator register. Whenever we talk about the immediate mode, instead of specifying the address of the operand itself is specified. Operand अपने आप चिल्ला के कहता है कि मेरा एड्रेस ये। Okay?
ओके सर।
Next is computer architecture. The two type of architecture we generally saw, that is one is known as the CISC architecture. One is architecture that is based on RISC and another is architecture that is CISC. So whenever we talk about the CISC, it is the complex instruction set computer, and whenever we talk about the RISC, it is the reduced instruction set computer. So generally the computer either belongs from the category CISC or either belongs from the category RISC, but right now the 99.99% systems belongs from the RISC category. We generally never work onto the CISC systems. So CISC, complex instruction set computer, were the computer which were present 30 or 40 years back. So we know very well that whenever we go back up to 30 or 40 years, then we see the computer size is equivalent to the 2 big rooms. So if anyone search out the pen drive or hard disk drive size, and in the previous 40-year computer, you will see the hard disk drive size may be the 1 room size equivalent, 1 small room size equivalent. So CISC computers are not in trend right now. So now we study the RISC computer. Hello. So we will study this RISC computer in the next class. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
आज का लेक्चर यहीं स्टॉप करते हैं। नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम RISC कंप्यूटर को स्टडी करेंगे।
जय हिंद सर।
जय हिंद सर।
जय हिंद सर।
जय हिंद सर।
डिस्कस मी।
जय हिंद सर।
जय हिंद।
हेलो सर।
हाँ बताइए बेटा।
सर वो IEEE का मैंने आपको व्हाट्सएप मैसेज पर सेंड किया था सर, उसका क्या 0 क्रॉस समथिंग आंसर था सर, उसका मतलब नहीं समझ में आ रहा है।
Your voice is not properly audible.